Mayte, thank you so much for accepting my invitation to appear as a guest on my podcast. You're an intuitive healer. You specialize in dream interpretation and symbolism. As an intuitive healer, when people reach out to you, they reach out to you to gain clarity on the root causes of the circumstances or the struggles they experience, or because they feel stuck in life, or because they know which direction to take forward. So perhaps we can start there. What was your journey? How did you become an intuitive healer?
Okay, so first, thank you. Thank you so much for having me in your podcast. It's an honor to be your guest, and I am feeling very grateful. And regarding your question, I think I started my journey pretty young. I was always interested, in spiritual things, and even in nature with angels and fairies. And I have been, when I was 13, I read a book about Lobsang Rampa, and I wanted to know about these spiritual things that you can, have psychic abilities. What was that? Because I was experiencing things that I wasn't sure how to label them. And it has been a journey. I met books or people in my life that point me in several directions. One of them was Louise Hay with the power is inside of you, or how you heal yourself. Or then I met people about Reiki, and then from sacred geometry and Rumbalu Melchizedek. And since I was collaborating a little bit in his spirit of Ma'at, it was I think the first magazine online I know about. So through translating some of the text and stuff, I met I get in contact with Catherine Seinberg, and also from people in Spain teaching things about Drumbalo. One of them brought Catherine Seinberg here in Spain. And meeting her, it was really amazing, because she told me about imagery and dreams that was I was asking for. And I was with Catherine maybe from 2005 to 2015. That is when Catherine introduced me to Belinda Womack, and seeing her talking about angels, and her book is like, wow, this is it. It's like, the first sign was with Catherine. This is it. I know I need this woman, that's amazing woman, that teaching me about dreams and showing me what is this about. Because I remember when I was 16, I had a dream with my parents were there with my sisters, and I had a dream, like a nightmare, where they had a car accident and they died. So I was all night rewinding the dream and say, okay, I don't want this to happen, and if I change this in the dream, inside the dream. And I was all night, like dreaming inside the dream, going on and on and on, till somehow I couldn't evade the accident, but I have my family really safe coming home. So the next day when they arrive, I just hear the car. I run down the stairs, and I embrace my mother, and I say, what is the glass of the window?
Yeah.
And they had an accident the same way I have seen in my dream, but I was able to change, and they were safe and sound. And that shake me like, okay, dreams are powerful. You need to know about this stuff. And well, to know more, that there is more to this world. So basically, circumstances in my life have led me from one mentor to another, like from Drumbalo at the beginning a little bit, to Catherine Seinberg, then to Belinda, and then to a point where I'm kind of ready to be myself, like my heart is my authority, and now the angels or my guides are my mentors. Even though I have a wonderful contact with Catherine or with Belinda, or I can always learn from these wise women. But it's like also I'm becoming wiser. So that's a kind of my journey that I am very, very curious. I was always interested in dreams and imagery and spirituality. And although, like fairies, I love fairies. And I know they're real and spirits of nature and animals. And that's what I wanted to really be certain, like, okay, angels are real. And now I know
Yeah.
they can help me everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Catherine Steinberg, she's knowledgeable in the Kabbalah, and well, Belinda Womack, she channels the 12 archangels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Belinda, let's say, Catherine Chamber has the School of Images, and it's about the Kabbalah of light. It's like the feminine side of the Kabbalah, and it's amazing. It's really wonderful knowledge, very heart centered, and dreams and imagery, which is powerful. And then Belinda is like the most amazing, clear channel I know about angels. So when you see her, hear her channeling, is like you can feel it in your body. It's crystal clear, it's pure. And I have the amazing blessing to have those women in my life, and
Yeah.
I am very grateful for that.
Yeah.
So and Belinda Womack has now I think it's the School of Spiritual Evolution, and that I recommend both. If you can look up them, is amazing women there, and also not only the women, it's like the community they have created. There are amazing people around them
Yeah.
and supporting, let's say, this world to change.
Yeah. For the better, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I think she's helped Belinda. I mean, I'm more familiar with Belinda Womack. I think she's helped many women actually really bring forth the unique expression of their soul, really sort of to use their own voice and to really live a life in alignment with their purpose. Actually, sort of, she's really actually empowering in many ways, or she helps women live their life in a much more empowered fashion. So
Belinda woman is like yeah, she empowers you. It doesn't matter if you are a woman or a man. It's like
yeah,
really um empowering you to really. I think Belinda is about the child. Is about you are a special child. You are the child of the great mother of the universe, of the great father of the universe. You are the child of creator.
yeah,
That's important, and you are powerful and you are unique, and you are here to bring your gifts and your frequency, and you are amazing. And because you are unique, you are really needed. So
yeah,
be aware of your power.
yeah. Yeah. So when we were introduced to each other, what struck me is that before we even met, when we were still exchanging emails, there were certain issues that I was struggling with, and you were able, without even meeting me, you were able to quickly decipher what the root causes were of the issues that I was struggling with. And this is without even knowing me. And so there were a number of subconscious beliefs that I didn't even know I had, because on a conscious level, I think I'm, worthy of everything that's good and beautiful. Just see, but apparently, there were some subconscious belief there, and when you vocalize them to me, like it was sort of an aha moment, like, yes, that rings true. And there were also issues sort of in past lives, or sort of traumas from past lives that I had experienced, which also affected my circumstances, or my life today. So how are you able to do this, like without even knowing the person really, without having spent a significant amount of time with them? How are you able to decipher what's at the root of whatever issue or struggle or stuckness that they're experiencing?
Well, I think it's like I have this let's say well, gifts. I have these gifts where I am able to connect with things or with guides or with teams or know things just because of my intuition works that way. But usually it's like when I am able to feel the energy of the other person, or I am what you can call an empath, or I can feel the emotions of people around me, or people, if I want to focus in one person, I can feel the energy or whatever is good for me to heal, let's say, or the angels are, or my team are allowing me to feel. It's like sometimes I feel the world is kind of overwhelming and I need, to go in nature and hug a tree and really settle me down. But it's like I consider myself sometimes like a pipeline. It's like I ask the angels to somehow get me out of the way and let the energy, the knowledge, the love, whatever I needs to come to help the other people to come through me. So sometimes I'm able to provide them with information from past lives or from the subconscious beliefs or whatever, and it's mostly what the team of the other people, of the other person, or my team thinks or know is best for the other people. So sometimes it's knowledge, sometimes it's just maybe a photograph that I took for a wonderful flower that I sent. Sometimes it's working with cards, or sometimes it's doing an imagery exercises or providing with a guided meditation. It's just it depends what the other person is needed at that point. So it depends on the situation, but mostly it's like I let, because I have many tools to let my team and the other person team work together and just provide what is needed. So it can be and sometimes it's just okay, go to that people or go to that YouTube and listen to this song and the lyrics, it's some simple at this, or go to nature and dance and hug a tree. So whatever they provide, that sometimes it's something that you need to do, sometimes it's something that you need to know, and sometimes it's something you can interact with.
Yeah.
It depends. And sometimes I ask the other person to ask for a dream to bring clarity on the situation, because for me dreamings are my passion. I love them, and it's also for me very easy to see in a dream. This is my let's say easy tool or guide where I can go through and go there just like a laser focus, like okay, this is it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we know from people who've had a near-death experience that each one of us, every person, we're surrounded by a team of spirit guides, guardian angels, loved ones who've crossed over, archangels, ascended masters, and we can always ask them for help directly. But I think what it often is that when it's your own circumstances, sometimes you're so emotionally invested that it's quite hard to know, okay, is this my ego, or is this really sort of guidance from higher up, but so essentially what you do is that you are in a sense a bit of a channel, like you connect to the person's higher self and helpers in heaven, and then channel their messages for them. That's essentially, yeah. But subconscious beliefs are very, very tricky though, because again, like on the surface of things, because life is a reflection of our beliefs, and we don't know that we have these limiting beliefs on a subconscious level. Again, sort of on a conscious level, I think, like every other human being on earth, that I'm worthy of all things that good and beautiful. But on a subconscious level, there's a lot more going on. It's often sort of generational or ancestral. So how do you tap into like the subconscious of the other person?
Well, it depends. As you say, we have this ego. Ego is the part of us that believe that is separated from God, and it's only me. I have to solve things counting on my own, and I am all by myself. And this is the part we need to be in this school room earth and here to learn to bring love. And also it's like we always need each other sometimes, it's like I have even I can be gifted and I know how to help other people. I need help as well. I have my own blind spot and things that I don't see, even if I have dumping on my nose. So that's the good thing. We have many people that are gifted, are wonderful, and we met them and they are there for us. But it's like we have also this doubt that this is my intuition. Is this something that my ego is creating? And for me, the best way to let's say what is really feeling. So it's about be in my body, be grounded and feel the feelings. So if something makes me, feel tense, contracted, like I'm, especially if you notice with the breathing, when you are, something is like, you take you inhale and keep it. And that is something that is not good. Like, okay, this is not love. This is not this is not my team. This is not the highest level vibration. No, this is fear. So it's mostly about knowing when it is fear and what is not fear. So when you feel, you are expanded, you are relaxed, you are really well, is, this is not coming from fear, from ego. This is coming, or even it sometimes can come from ego, and ego can be amazing and support when ego is supported and when ego is calm, centered in the heart. Ego is amazing. It's an amazing part of us that help us in many ways to learn. So it's not about, wow, ego is bad. I want to, let go of my ego. No, sometimes ego need a little attention, and sometimes ego just, what we need basically is to bring ego home. And when ego is home, we are wonderful. And we can, we are clear. We are aligned, we are clear, we know what is yes, what is no. So, but basically it's a sensation in your body. If you feel contracted and tense and like defensive, that is not. When you feel, open and you feel okay, and you can trust. So sometimes I told you before, like one of my tricks is fill up with trust. So I imagine that I am drinking an amazing beverage that tastes awesome, that is, emerald green with golden sparks. And this is, I'm drinking trust that, my soul is in charge, and just doing my best, and I'm doing with my best intention, and I drink and drink and drink till I feel really well. And sometimes I ask, of course, for the, usually I use Archangel Michael and say, okay, beautiful Michael, put your shot of truth, on me. And I am inside this amazing tower of pillar of sapphire singing light. And I feel, okay, I'm in my truth. I am speaking the truth or whatever is needed for this person. And I'm not, trying to make up things so I have the attention of the other person or the energy or the power. No, I want to help the other person and just being in my truth and being where I need to be, and so the other person can evolve. And I'm trying to be very clear about that. And since, I'm human like you, I don't always know. I say, okay, angels, you help me. Okay, soul, you are in charge. And I give this will, like I surrender my will or my ego to your wonderful will, and that's it. It's, I do it with my heart open, with my full heart in there, and love, and I say, I want the best. I want what is for the highest good and joy for this person and everyone else. And with that intention, even if you don't see, even if you don't have any tool, just your pure intention works.
Yeah. You mentioned a little bit earlier, I found that part really interesting, where you spoke about, was it the room of mirrors or the Akashic records of the person? Especially the room of mirrors, I found very interesting.
Okay, there are things or tools that I know that are kind of shamanic, or they are all in all traditions that are in the Kabbalah and many other places. One of them is the Akashic records. So the Akashic records is the place, let's say place because I don't know a better name for it, but it's a kind of dimension, vibration, where the records, where all the memories are from, for example, from all the memories from Earth, but it can be all the memories from your lives, from this life or other past life, or even your ancestors, and you can access and go there with the purpose to be for the greatest good. So you are not allowed to enter there if you go there to gossip or to take advantage of, I have this information over these people and I can, that's not how it works. You can go there with, an open heart and working for the best. And so the Akashic records, I use it for example, in let's say in one person case, and the angels tell me this is from a past life, or this is from their ancestors. So I ask permission and I go in there to see the information they need, and I retrieve the information, and I provide that information or part of it, depending of what the guides say, to help the healing and to see, okay, this is the root cause and we can work on this and see what beliefs are related with this and what beliefs created the situation that, emanate from this point in life or other, and we can work with that. And then I can go also to the room of mirrors, and the room of mirrors is a place, somehow is in the, let's say that it's just touching on it, that is a place where I can see the fears. I can see the fears of the other person, or things that are difficult to see. There are a lot of mirrors. I go there with the intention to, help that person to solve a situation or to help in whatever reason, and see what I need to see. And I never go alone. I go always with my, with the 12 archangels. Sometimes I go with all of them, or with my guides or my guardian angels. I say, okay, we are coming here with this intention of help to this person, and see what I can do. And because it's a room of mirrors and is related with fear, I always flood it with violet fire after, when everything is done, or when I see what I need to see, I flood it. The angels flood it with violet fire, which is kind of the energy of the crown chakra, which helps with transformation and forgiveness. So I flood it with love and say thank you, and then I retrieve the information, or do whatever energetic work I need to do. I am not really the one doing it, it's like I am doing it, but I am doing it with my team or the other team. It's like I am never do things only on my own, which is wonderful. Like I don't have, the control of this. I am feel what I need to do, and I ask for help, and if they see fit, they do it. And we are a great team working together, because that's why we work together. I can, like the anchor here for this person, and they are the ones that are dealing with everything energetically or whatever. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. Perhaps for someone who's completely unfamiliar with sort of 12 archangels, who are the 12 archangels?
Well, the 12 archangels, I know them through Belinda, but they are forces, let's say, forces, guides, beings of love. Like if there is an angel, angels are messengers from, let's say, God, source, creator. I don't really mind the name, but it's really this source of love. So they are angels, they are loves of infinite beings of love. And arc is the word arc is like a bridge. They are bridging, like putting your ego in touch with your heart, like your human being with your soul. They are creating, or like you and me. They are creating a bridge so we can, communicate and work together and evolve together. So archangels are about evolving, are about 12 is also a symbolic number. It's not that they are 12, they are thousands and billions. It's like, but they are like the number 12 is a cycle. Is like the 12 months, the 12 signs of the zodiac is a cycle where you finish a cycle and you start something new in a spiral, always growing up.
Nice.
Always raising your vibration. So the 12 archangels you can know, like Gabriel or Raphael, and they are also helping, let's say, healers to establish this bridge to heal others. Yeah. So they are about evolving and healing, and they are always full of love. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Like, they are creatures of love, and the vibration is always wonderful and pure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's interesting. I didn't know. I thought there were just literally just 12 archangels, sort of, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel. I thought there were just 12, and I would often ask myself, like, how do they get the time to come to like billions of people's aid? Like
it's like it's like, and also it's like they call 12 archangels, but they are really, if you go to the Bible and stuff and even, talk to them, it's like 12 archangel kingdoms.
Yeah.
So it's like wherever, it's like if you have music in your house and you need, to go to another room, you pop up the volume. So that's what they do. If they need to bring more energy or more awareness, or they grow bigger and they bring more. So for example, it's like, I don't know, I know things because I have read a lot and I have been interested, but it's like there is no hierarchy. I don't know that name. It's like, but they are the same level. It doesn't matter if it is a guardian angel or an archangel or a seraphim or a cherubim. It's kind of different energies. It's like the Deva is kind of the architect that design things and structures and bring things into physical form. The archangels are the ones that bring the heaven into earth or earth into heaven. The cherubims are the energy of the Holy Spirit, the feminine, the very feminine energy that is receptive. Or I don't know, the seraphims are more into action, what things need to be done, and the guardian angels are about really taking care of you and guiding you. But really, an archangel can be your guardian angel, or a guardian angel can be an archangel. It's like we put names to understand things, but it's just a way to understand that it's just energy from the creator in different expressions to help you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps you.
Yes, very much. That's beautiful. No, it's just very reassuring to know that we're not alone. That we have helpers in heaven who are there for us to guide us and protect us and hover over us. That's very reassuring. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, when Belinda channels them, it's like I love to hear some of the interviews, and it's like they always say, like, this is about things like very funny, like gratitude is the attitude, or to feel is to heal. Like, they are funny, they have an incredible sense of humor, and they are very childlike and very very approachable. It's like they are not out there, they are like you are. You can she called Archangel Michael like the big blue. They are wonderful, and you can talk to them like they are your best friends, because they are.
Yeah. So I love hearing that, because I once heard a spiritual teacher, for want of a better word. I generally don't tend to like religion or religious people. I'm spiritual but not religious. There's something I've always had against organized religion. I've just, even when I was a child, I was allergic to organized religion. But so I once heard a more sort of religious teacher, so to speak, say that whenever we reach out to Archangel Michael or any of the archangels directly, we're actually calling in like lower beings, lower entities. Now, this message never resonated with me. Do you think there's any truth to that? I mean, you say we can talk directly to the archangels, and I'd really like to believe that that's true, you know? Yeah.
For me, it's like, do you see if you talk to Archangel Michael, you are calling an entity, is just fear talking?
Yeah.
It's just the fear talking. And okay, I don't want to, disrespect anything or anybody, but really what I feel is like religion is the one that is telling let's say corporate religion. It can be dogma, it can be, other traditions, but it's like, to communicate with God you need to go through me. You can't talk with God directly, and that's a belief created by religion in order to control somehow the power at that point. And it was created by people that were, somehow believing that, kind of afraid, because we came here to learn about love through fear. So it's fear. It's like you are so, let's say, sleep, unconscious, that you don't see what you're doing. Like, to talk to God, you need to go through me.
Yeah.
No, you have the power because you are her daughter, you are her children. Like, God is not a he or a her or a she, or it's like an amazing love that created you. And you are, God is, for me, God is inside of you. You are inside of God. It's like this thing that we call oneness. Thanks to ego, we feel we can create, we can see that we are separate, but when you go into your heart, you really feel that we are one. That if you see a cat on the street, and you go for it, and they care of, every single being is offering a lot of love. You go in nature, and you hug a tree, you can feel the love.
Yeah.
Just maybe I am sensitive, but I think if we allow that,
Yeah.
and if we let go of beliefs like, animals are dumb, or animals don't feel, or animals are not intelligent, they are beliefs in humanity, in many cultures, that we need to change. I am aware, that my cat, one of them, I have three now, but it's like she chose me. She followed me 3 days on the street, and she's helping me. I thought I was rescuing her somehow. Like, no, she's the one helping me a lot.
Yeah.
This, like, she's my guardian angel, and she's
Yeah.
a big sphinx. Like, there are creatures like Pegasus, sphinxes, like dragons. They exist in at least for me, in an energetic way, like spiritual beings. Like, maybe I cannot see them because, these eyes are for see human beings in this world, but I can feel them in my heart, and I can see them with my other senses.
Yeah. No, they're angels in disguise. They're like, I often say of my Lily, like, because they're a bit baby-like cats, like their size and their meowing. The love that I feel for my Lily is a motherly love, but actually she's my sage master more than me being her mother. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
they take much more care of us than we know.
Yeah. So I also wanted to speak to you or ask you about dreams because, well, we do spend 8 hours every night sort of sleeping. So you're passionate about dreams, and you essentially, when people reach out to you, you help interpret their dreams and translate them into messages that their soul is trying to communicate to them. So what are dreams? Like, why do we dream? What is I mean, this depends from dream to dream, but what is the soul trying to do as when we dream? What's happening there?
That's a very, very complex question. Try to, because dreams are huge and vast as reality, and try to, describe or express or just tell the concept, the meaning of reality is quite as dreams. So for me, dreams are how we create the reality. We dream the reality into being. And dreams are related with our senses. So we are dreaming while we are awake, even if we don't know, and we are dreaming at night. So, but let's say that at night is easier for us to recognize that we are dreaming, because sometimes and there are people that remember their dreams, and there are people that don't remember the dreams. It depends on if they are too in their logical mind, or sometimes it has to do even with hormones and stress and stuff. So dreams or sleeping help us to bring cohesiveness into everything that is happening, because it's like we are part of us is multidimensional. Like we have senses all around, and we perceive many things that our, let's say, left brain, the logical mind, cannot process at a time, because the logical mind is going to past, present, future, and is linear and need things, while the other aspect of our brain, and is, I'm simplifying things, we have many things happening in the brain, but let's say the logical mind and the intuition or creative mind. So let's say that the feminine creative intuition mind is like all at once. It's like feminine is receiving all the information, while the other is trying to process first this, second this, and put in a linear way that really is not happening. And sometimes it's just a little bit overwhelmed. So it needs to create a dream catcher, as the Native American people do, to just slow the flow. So basically what we are doing is absorbing information through our senses, and then we try to give it form with our beliefs and our memories and our feelings. We are creating the reality, manifesting whatever is happening for us to learn with the help of, because we are co-creating. We create with the help of our soul, of our team, and we co-create things in order to learn, at least here, to learn to bring love where love is missing. We learn about love through the opposite, which is fear. The opposite vibration of love is fear. So when we dream, something is, we are creating it, and we are creating awake. And you can see something in the street that catches your attention, and see, okay, what is this telling me? Or like something weird happens. Or sometimes, I don't know if there are people that experience that you hear something or you see something that is not there. So that is you dreaming. And some people, it's just so fast that they don't get the recollection of it. Other people say, oh, I saw it, I saw a let's say a butterfly just in my face. It's not there, but you saw it. So let's say in symbolic language, butterfly is a sign of transformation. So something in you is shifting. It's like, wow, there is a change coming. And it's like a notice. And dreams are, you can classify dreams in many ways. They can be nightmares, they can be prophetic dreams, they can be busy dreams, they can be clear dreams, they can be light dreams. It depends, but dreams are, a kind of interface where your physical being communicates with other aspects of you. So you can, in a dream, you can see yourself in a parallel life, and it can be as real as this, and you are in a parallel life with other people other experiences and it's real. Or you can, be if in the astral realm, like with entities or something, because you are having a nightmare. Or you can go into your shadow and go into shadowland and see what aspects of you are not facing. Or you can be in an amazing dream that you are creating, your soul is telling you, okay, you are here and you are aligned and you're creating something awesome. Or this is the next step. So dreams are always very personal and they are related to us. And most of the time, let's say 90% of the time, they are really important. It's like receiving a letter from heaven. So you need to read it and see. And other times it's because we are empaths or we are tired. Sometimes we connect with other people's dreams. Like you are very sensitive and there is someone smoking marijuana there, and you go there and you have a funny dream with, say, what is this? So maybe it's not yours. Sometimes we interact with others, and there are times where you can have a dream, the same dream as other person.
Okay.
And so dreams are just a whole level of reality, and they are amazing, and they express in the same, let's say for me, it's the universal language. I call the language of symbolic language of images, but it's related with senses. So it can be an image, but it can be a smell, a sense. There are dreams like they are in black and white, other are in color, or other you experience some textures or some bodily sensations, like like you have a wonderful dress. They are vivid and real, and they are giving you information. And the good thing is that once you wake up, you can enter the dream and respond to the dream. So,
How do you respond to the dream?
okay, we were talking before, like, let's say a typical dream where someone is chasing you.
Yeah.
So when you are awake and you feel, you call your team, you call your guardian angels or your helpers in heaven and say, okay, help me with my dream. So you can put all the dream in violet fire, for example, or white fire of love. Your intention is enough, and you can, okay, go into the dream. And I say, okay, I'm here with my guardian angel, and I am in a bubble of light, sun of light, and I am totally protected, and I'm going to see who or what is chasing me. And you can, put some love with your intention is enough. And even if you don't see, you have the intention, and you can ask, who are you? And it can say, I am, the fear of you being standing, I am your fear of you standing your ground. And it can, help you understand that you are unable to speak up in a situation, like, you have a kind of argument with a neighbor because the neighbor is pissed with your, let's say because you're having a cat in the building. And you say, okay, it's in my house, it's not meowing and it's not interfering with you, and I'm going to keep my cat. So would you like to have a tea here and see how wonderful is my cat? So things in our dreams are helping us to understand or to face things, to shift and change things, and somehow looking for a solution in a safe place. So when you are responding to a dream, you are really showing yourself, showing your ego that there is a solution and that you are safe in that solution, and you're learning about yourself. That can be one thing. Other is, you are in, sometimes they are like a map, like they show you where, if you you choose this route, you're going this way. If you're going this route, you're meeting this, or you're facing this. Sometimes it's like a guide map, and they are showing you different options, and they are always helping you.
Yeah. No, it's interesting when you said, while we dream, we can actually live or sort of tune into parallel lives, because it often happens, and I I think this is universal, that in my dreams I see people I've never met in my current life, at least. Yeah, and also a kind of dream that I often see, and I wonder if other people see that too, is a type of dream where I'm driving, but oftentimes I'm not the one who drives. I'm almost always in the passenger seat, or almost always it's someone else in the driver's seat. Is that also symbolic? I assume it's symbolic.
It's very symbolic. For example, there are many levels to a dream, but just a little bit, like with your dream. Cars are a vehicle, so it's somehow can be your physical body as a vehicle. So I can ask you, what type of car is the one you are in? Is an old car? Is a new car? Is a 4x4 wheel? Is a sport drive car? So it's giving you information like how are you moving through life. So it's going to tell you, oh, it's an old car, so I'm going through, I'm moving through life in an old belief paradigm, or I am, I fast as going in the highway, I am, speeding up, or so just everything in the dream is you. So who is driving? Is it your father? Is it your higher self? Is it something you don't see? So you go in the dream and see who is driving your life. Is it your fear, the one who is driving? Is it your higher self? It is your passion? Who is driving your car?
Yeah, very, very interesting. And also the kind of dream that I sometimes have is that whatever I fear most, like something that's dear to me that I don't want to lose, like in the dream that fear materializes and I lose that whatever is dear to me. Is that, again, is that sort of a premonition or prophetic dream, or is that just my subconscious purging those fears? What's happening in?
It can be everything of that. It's like you have a belief that I'm going to lose what I dear most. And the dream is showing you have that belief. And as long as that belief is operating, it's going to happen. So the dream is telling you have this belief. Do you want to change it? So you go into the dream and you face your fear. And I say, okay, enough. I'm done. I'm fed up of this situation. So I'm going to call my guardian angel and I say, okay, I'm going to put everything in ballet fire, or I'm going to say my fear, thank you for helping me. Thank you, belief, for showing up. You can go to the central sun, or you can go to the recycle plant, as we saw. And you can transform. You're free. And I am free.
And you do this while you're awake. So after you wake up, you
can do it in your dream. Of course, you can do it in your dream. But there's, this, at least sometimes I am in my dreams and I am, experiencing something. I'll say, okay, what I am learning here. And I say, okay, I'm going to face my shadow here because, and I talk with my shadow or wherever, and I can do it inside the dream. But also I can wake up and I can enter my dream once I am already awake, and I am, I decide now I have my dream, I read my dream, and I try to understand what it's about. I say, okay, now I'm going to, with my guardian angel or with my little Mayte, I'm going to enter and I'm going to, have a conversation with this character, or I'm going to move that chair that I don't like. I'm going to move that chair out of the house and I'm going to put a beautiful red sofa. And when you interact with the dream and you are in the dream and change something, the dream is going to change, but not only the dream that you are seeing or experiencing or knowing, but also in your reality is going to manifest.
Interesting. I've never had the experience so far of being able to change something while I'm dreaming. Like I think that's called lucid dreaming. That is something I've never experienced personally, but it's good to know that we can do it while awake.
It's what I told you. Dreams can be, put in several labels and several boxes. It depends how you want to arrange them. But, a lucid dream is as important as another. For example, when I was having this nightmare with my family accident, I was having a lucid dream, and I didn't, I wasn't ready to lose my family when I was 16. So I was, kind of rearranging things, and somehow I know I was allowed by their souls and my soul and whatever intervention I have to change that. And I had that permission to learn something about dreams and stuff. But it's as important as any other. If I would knew better when I was 16, I would enter my dream at that point when I was awake, and I say, I'm going to change this. Or at least the awful sensation I had when I woke up, So the good thing is now, when you are awake, you can enter the dream and you can put the dream in violet fire. And the most important thing is to know that whatever is happening in your dreams, in your reality, in your mood, you can do something about it. You can change your perspective. You can bring love. You can say, okay, I'm going to ask for help to God because I can talk to God directly. That is like, I can do something about it. Even if it is, okay, I'm going to lose my car. Okay, I'm going to lose my car. But I know I would, the next time I buy a car, I'm not going to buy a 4x4 wheel. I'm going to buy a road one. It's always something I say, or accept, okay, I'm going, okay. It's like my daughter is going to leave home when she's 18. It can be painful, it can be real weird, but let's say, okay, I'm going to accept that it's her adventure, and I'm going to enjoy the adventure maybe when she calls me and she tells me.
Yeah, well, Mayte, thank you so much for, all this wisdom, really. It's amazing how much we can actually do, sort of, and with the help of the angels and sort of our helpers in heaven. So you're based in Spain, but I assume you can work with clients anywhere, really, isn't it? How can people best reach you if they want to work with you?
I have, I am actually in the process of also, let's say, in a shift in my life, but I have a web page which is mayteawakenings.com. So Mayte is written with MIYTE awakenings.com, and you can reach me always there. And also you can have my email, which is number 8 Mayte MIYTE @gmail.com, or Mayte @awakenings.com.
Yes.
At this, it's just the 8. I wanted to mention that the 8 is the symbol for me of the infinite, but also it's like bringing heaven into earth and earth into heaven. So we are never alone. We are always connected. And I think you experience how our helpers connect all of us together. When you need something, they are there, and they have just in a silver plate for you. Here you are.
Yeah. And thank God they're there because we really need them in this earthly realm.
Yeah, it's like, I am a human being. I need help. It can be from you, it can be from other healer, it can be, for the plumber or the baker. We are never alone, and we can ask for help, and we can be generous about it. It can be time, it can be money, it can be a smile.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, thank you very much, Mayte. Thank you so much for having poured your life force energy into this.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for having other wonderful people, and for bringing this everywhere. Thank you, Osli.
Thank you.